Welcome back. We are 22 days away from the November election, and the race could not be closer, according to some polls. A new NBC News survey puts Kamala Harris and Donald Trump in a dead heat, with voters tied at 48% apiece. Both candidates' schedules jam-packed with the campaign events in the lead-up to November 5th. Joining me now with the state of the race is the co-chair of the Republican National Committee and President Trump's daughter-in-law, Lara Trump. Lara, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. How are you feeling about the race 22 days out?
Maria, we feel amazing about the race. Listen, I think that what I have felt personally out there across this country really is very much like the 2016 energy that I think we all felt, that the mainstream media missed, that everybody said wasn't possible for Donald Trump, but it's even bigger. Yesterday, I was part of a boat parade in Florida. I mean, I think we had over 2,000 boats. It's been incredible across this country. And I think the reality is that the people of America have very clearly seen what Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have offered them over the past 4 years. They say we cannot go through another 4 years like this because we won't survive. And everyone knows that's what you're getting if you make Kamala Harris the president of the United States. They also remember back to a time when Donald Trump gave us a secure southern border, a great economy, actual job growth in this country, and they want to see that happen again. Now, let's be clear, we'll play this like we're behind every second of this game up until the bell rings on election night, November 5th. But I believe that Donald Trump, without a doubt, will become the 47th president that night. And I think everybody get excited because we need him desperately in this country.
Well, you've been working real hard on election integrity. Gallup polling says 57% of Americans are very or somewhat confident that their votes this year will be accurately cast and counted. The percentage who say they are not confident at all is 19%. 19%. It was 6% in 2008. Tell us about your efforts in cleaning up the voter rolls, making sure we have a fair election next month.
That's outrageous. The fact that any American feels like that their vote doesn't matter and their vote doesn't count is terrible. And that's exactly why we at the RNC have worked so hard over the past 6 months or so to rectify this. Look, 2020 was a horrible election. That was an election where you have so many people, still millions of people who say, I still don't know what happened in that election. We want to restore confidence in our electoral process. We've reached out across the aisle to our friends of the DNC and said, would you guys join us in this pursuit? We have yet to hear back. We'll let you know if we do. But we have gone across this country and in every way possible tried to make sure that we have a free, fair, and transparent election. And whether that means suing states and secretaries of state who don't clean their voter rolls, who don't want a parity of election workers, Republicans and Democrats, the same number you're supposed to have, whether it's that we have to go to the Supreme Court like we had to do in Arizona to make sure you don't have non-citizens registering to vote, we have done everything possible in our capacity to make sure that this election indeed is fair and that every single legal vote is counted. And we hope people are going to feel that as they're going out to now officially in a lot of states start early voting right now.
That's right. We have early voting beginning in Georgia, North Carolina, and Nevada. Next week, Wisconsin starts early voting. Well, you might have to keep up those lawsuits because Gavin Newsom in California just banned ID. I mean, it's so significant. The fact that he's banning ID in California. Okay, and let's not forget the DOJ is suing Virginia, state of Virginia, and Greg Youngkin because he wants to ensure that people prove their citizenship because he wants to use ID. This is insanity.
It's insanity. And Maria, it makes the average person in this country look around and say, well, why is it that you wouldn't want to verify who someone was? Why is it you wouldn't want to verify that someone was a United States citizen voting in our elections? And it leads people to believe that the Democrats, by and large, only believe they can win elections if they have people illegally voting in those elections. I can tell you this. Our message has been very clear from the RNC. If you are a person illegally voting in our elections and you are not a legal United States citizen, we're going to track you down, prosecute you to the full extent of the law, and that means you're going to be deported from this country. So don't do it. It is not worth it. But that is why this is so important, to get Donald Trump back in that White House, because he has said, Maria, I want 1 day of voting, voter ID, and paper ballots, and we can get back to a place like that. We're going to have to get through this election. I believe we will. Everybody get out and vote.
So how do you and the family feel about the potential for a third assassination attempt? Is that what that was this weekend? Because police in Coachella, California, arrested a man outside of President Trump's rally checkpoint. Cops say that Vem Miller tried to enter the rally using a phony press pass. His car was unregistered. And then when they searched the car, they found several guns, a high-capacity magazine, along with fake passports, driver's license, fake. Miller was booked on weapons charges, but he was released after posting $5,000 in bail. Local cops said that they thwarted another assassination attempt, though he's denying it. He said, no, I'm not hurt anybody. And federal investigators are also saying, no, this was not an assassination attempt. Was it?
That's a great question. I can tell you we are constantly concerned about my father-in-law, about his safety. One assassination attempt on a former president and the current frontrunner to be the next president of the United States is one too many, Maria. And we should never see these sort of things happen in the United States. I think it does speak to the fact that you've now had definitely two, possibly a third. I still don't know what the one in California was all about. And I think hopefully we'll get more information on that. But it really speaks to the fact that things are at such a heightened level right now in this country. Tensions are running high. People are feeling that everywhere in America, and no one more so than Donald Trump. I think that whenever history reflects back on this man, what a job he has done. He has put so much on the line, including his life, to save this country. And I think history will reflect on just that. I am certainly so proud of him every single day.
Yes. Lara, I want to get your take on this because there's this as well. Watch.
He knew my position and my beliefs since the day we met. And I believe in individual freedom. I want to decide what I want to do with my body. I think I don't want government in my personal business.
Mr. President, Mr. President, last week I spoke with the former First Lady, your wife, Mrs. Trump, and she told me she's pro-choice. Kamala Harris's running mate, Tim Walz, then went on Fox News last week, and he said, Donald Trump is asking for a nationwide abortion ban.
Yeah.
Do women need to fear this? Tell us clearly and concisely right now what your abortion
Let me just tell you,
stance is.
I think that it's something that's off the table now because I did something that everybody's wanted to do. I was able to get it back to the states. Every legal scholar said it shouldn't be in the federal government. It should be into the states and a vote of the people. Let the people vote. And I was able to do that. It's very important to me to have the exceptions, like Ronald Reagan had the three exceptions: life of the mother, rape, and incest. Very important. That issue has been, in my opinion, largely diffused.
Lara Trump, your thoughts?
Well, let's be honest, Maria, the Democrats cannot run on anything that they have actually done over the past 4 years because it's taken the country in the wrong direction. So they are trying to take abortion again and make it a top issue for American voters. And they have continued to lie about Donald Trump's stance on that. You heard from him just there,
that's right,
directly from his mouth. He is never going to sign an abortion ban because he believes it's where it should always have been, back with we the people in the states to determine for ourselves in each respective state our abortion laws. And I think that that is problematic for the Democrats. They're going to continue to try and use this over the next 22 days. But the American people know who brought them a great economy, who brought them a secure southern border, who didn't sign an abortion ban when he was in the White House the first time and has said he will not do it again. He also believes in IVF. He wants more babies in America, not fewer babies. And so they're going to continue to lie about this. But I believe that, again, this will be another one. History looks back and says, man, Donald Trump actually got the right thing done there, and it should have never been in the hands of the federal government to begin with.
Look, let's be clear. Immigration and inflation are the leading issues that women are reacting to, not abortion. You're right about that. President Trump put it back where he said it would be and should be, the states. Lara, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thanks, Maria.